What it do, you too? What it do? Did you see what I'm looking at today? I see Joseph and his wife are here, the owners of Red Devil. I could tell that stroll from anywhere. That's them. But this is a view of what my day to day. It was an overnight grind for me personally. I was, you get deep off in these studies for myself, and I start reflecting on my life and doing psychoanalysis of my own life. And yeah, it becomes a painful process. You know what I'm saying? This whole recovery and rehabilitation, and what I mean, authoring my own dissertation, introducing my own field of study in psychology. You know what I mean? So yeah, you give a psychoanalysis an honest assessment of yourself. You know what I mean? Not the what not the what you want to get a whole bunch of likes for shit, but you know what I mean, that shit that cuts to the heart. Just like yesterday, I'm tracing I'm tracing the psychology, right? I'm tracing the psychology of mass manipulation, mass media manipulation, and the effects of. So, okay, how the advent of television and all this stuff has affected uh the cultures of America in various communities, you know what I mean, and how it's coalesced in the fashion that it did, how we can be micromanaged through mass media manipulation into mind controls where we're stuck right here like this. You know what I mean? And I watch on Facebook because I've used Facebook in the same way as a testing ground as I do all social media platforms. It's just a means to an end for me. and I and as a content creator on and of Facebook, I have a one of pilot uh account profile. Um Meaning that my profile has features that no other profile user has, not even Mark Zuckerberg yet. There's not, and there's a lot of testing that's going on with it because um what I've been flagged for and the new policy changes have to do with cybersecurity, and it has to do with spamming. And the reason I get red flagged for spamming no matter what I do is because I've created a traceable pattern of use on Facebook. So my pattern of use on there is actually written into the system. So the algorithm, the AI, Meta's AI itself for every user on there is piloted by my programming. It's piloted by how I use the particular app because it's been formatted in such a way that you're going from my story to my reels to my news feed to my timeline to my profile to my wall. That's the way any and every user is supposed to use it, in and out, through and through. So what it does is it compartmentalizes and it compresses each user into a certain mind frame or a certain framework, which fixes us into a certain mind frame, right? And then we spell it all out in there. So our data, it's like you look at each user profile as like it's a portrait on a wall, right? It's a frame, right? If you go into a hall of, all these portraits, so you picture it like that. It's like every user is a frame on a wall, and it's a picture that's always changing. It's morphing. Like if you've ever seen the movie Devil's Advocate, in the movie Devil's Advocate, and behind his desk right there, they got that where that statue thing he starts morphing and whatnot. You would look at each user's profile in that framework as a morphine of our own characters. So the evolution of ourself is spelled out in our data. So like they got psychologists and psychiatrists and all these fucking people that are paid tens of millions of dollars to psychoanalyze this shit. So these people are there, they're advising the techs, you know what I mean, the fucking computer geeks that are fucking then writing the code and doing all this shit. So as to manipulate us to keep us spending more time using their platforms. No matter how we're doing it. Me myself, I take these platforms out in public with me. JC 602, what it do? Que hola, carnal. Saludos from Chandler. Salute. Shout out to Chandler AZ in the place to be. Hunter Chill just said hi. What it do? G Town, Texas. What's cracking, brother, man? What it do? We out here getting our grizzly on. This one of them mornings, like I tell you, like last night was one of them nights I gave up. You know what I mean? It's like, man, I start putting myself on a fucking clock. Like I ain't doing this shit, man. Is it. After this date, I'm done with this shit. Fuck it. Because reality, I'm gonna tell you, the reality of it is that for me, the reality is I can turn it all off. I can just choose not to have a phone anymore. I can just choose not to use any devices. It's not gonna dictate my day whether I'm on social media or not. You know what I mean? So I can disappear right now. I could just vanish and everybody wonder where, what happened, whatever. You know what I mean? And unless you're gonna actually come see me, unless you can see me here physically, wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, you're never gonna know. And that's listen, bro. We're talking about people here that are family and friends. We're not talking about people that are states away, and I'm talking about people right here that can walk here. So one thing about myself is I've mastered the art of disappearing. I've mastered the art of disappearing into a crowd, blending in, and like, you know what I mean? I know how to hide in plain sight. I always tell people that they like, where you be? What's up with you, man? It's like, dude, I'm always the same fucking play, do same shit, motherfucker. Where you been? What planet are you are you on? My life stays straight and narrow at this point because I ain't trying to do all that crooked shit. I ain't trying to go sideways, bro. People go out sideways to the grave, and that's not where I'm trying to get to. I wouldn't be out. I wouldn't out here be grinding it out for my mental health and my physical health if I was trying to inspire people towards change. That's all it is. I'm just trying to, you know, get people to see a different way, a viewpoint. You know what I mean? My viewpoint doesn't change because I'm here. You know what I'm saying? An outsider's perspective, you can see it that way, but no. If I speak to that outside, you know what I mean? If I speak to the same actions that reflect inside, then it's the same. The shoe fits wear it. It don't matter because like-minded people are gonna react in the same way. So I say if it's love, it's love. You know what I mean? Old and easy, weren't you that guy from To Catch a Predator, that one that would sold them from running? Mr. Bill, I'm new here. What's going on? Daily, Sunday through Friday afternoon, Mountain Standard Time in the Valley of the Sun, beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. I do what I'm doing right now for my own health and my own mental health. I do exactly what I'm doing right now. It don't change, bro. The conversation may be different, but that's about it. That's about it. You just got reported for hate speech. That's probably not a good report to have on your account. Getting reported for hate speech on YouTube in this day and age, probably not a good red flag to have on your account. You get a notification, more than likely from Google, letting you know that on that account. Yeah, if you're gonna, that's how we're gonna do it. If it's hate speech, if it's racist, and that's to all my moderators, anybody that's on right now, if they come on there, if they say anything about race, just and you can see it's derogatory or whatever, just report them for hate speech. They'll get a notification. They'll get a notification. They'll get an email from Google. That's what you do. You know, we did that yesterday. That was yesterday's show. Like trying to come on here with that, all that. It's like that was yesterday's show. And like people, like my moderators, if you're watching, do you see how all of a sudden the numbers went up? And then there was more than one of them that came in. It's a male and female. It's always in tandem. I told you. Like these dudes are really, really like that. I don't know why anybody even listens to them or gives them credit for being anything, dog. In all honesty, when you watch me and you see how I stand up like a man, there's no way in the world you can turn to any one of those dudes on YouTube, on the YouTube yard or the YouTube streets, and really honestly think they're a man in comparison to me. I've called them out of their names, and I do it walking and talking, dog. And we see how, like, I still have them all in their panties all in a bunch. They're still unable to put out any content. So they don't have anything better to do but to come over here and try to distract, deflect. You know what I mean? Like the same old Trumpian playbook. It's a Trumpian playbook. Distract, deflect, deny. You know what I mean? It's all in denial of who and what they are. In fact, you know what I mean? It is really truly just a denial of themselves because they project it all out at everybody else. It's like, you know what I mean? Mr. Bear, walking is one of the best things we can do if we're able to, and it's free. It's a park, yeah, it's free. Mr. Bear, I was going to subscribe, but you're talking about you're better than other people. What the hell? Who said I said I'm better than them? I said, listen, no, Bill, you got a little sensitive. I don't care about your subscription. You can shove that in your ass, boy. That's real shit. That's to anybody. That's to anybody that's gonna come on here and try to play that little snake game. You try too fast, bro. You spit that venom way too fast. You spit that venom way too fast because you made a false equivalency. No. Let's be clear about something. No, I call them boys. I call them punks because I'm a man. Because they're in hiding. That's why. Because there's a distinction in character. There's a clear distinction in character. And you just got caught up in the same trap to prove that you're one of them. That's all that's happening. You know, I go through this same shit show daily. I catch the same trolls in the same trap. Like that's California for you. Let me call out California. That is the California mentality right there. You're tricksters in drag. All you do is just shed your skin and you come out and you think you do it again. You people do not have the intelligence to compete. That's my point. These dudes try to act tough. They try to act hard. They try to act as if those stories mean something or they matter, yet they cannot come outside as men. So how are you going to act as if you're a man and you cannot go outside and you're playing little girl games? How is that? How is it that you're going to give people the impression that you're really something, that you're credible, as an orator, as a commentator, as a spectator, as an outsider that's now reviewing this? You want people to think that because you've been there, that you're hard, that you're something, that you have credibility when you don't. You have no credibility when you cannot go outside. You are not a man when you cannot go outside. You can't. You see? And look, I'm going to show this one because here's another distraction. It just goes to show these boys. There was nothing right there in that moment said about what you said. We were talking about people like yourself who cannot go outside. I'm at Los Olivos Park. Come out here and join me. You don't need to say anything else. Just come out here and join me. You want to talk about it, come out here and talk about it. Otherwise, you're all done. I'll just block you. I don't need you. Listen, I just exposed the game that you're playing. I just exposed exactly who you are and where you came from. If it's not though, listen, if it's not those fools from California, then it's a bunch of wannabe fools from either Arizona or New Mexico or Colorado that are dick swingers on them fools. I guarantee you that. A bunch of mamones that nobody respects here or even respects there. I bet you that. You guys don't like it, huh? You don't like getting you don't like being pants, huh? And having the whole everybody see that you're wearing panties. That's what it is. I'm pulling their pants down and everybody's seeing that these fools got panties. That's what's happening. They're mad because they're getting showed up. The more every day that I come out here and they gotta hide in their little studios, I'm pulling their pants down and everybody's seeing that they got on women's underwear. They got thongs. I got these fools wearing thongs on YouTube. They're the tangas. Call them the tangas. That's no offense. That's no offense to people in California in general, because not everybody from California are fucking even on that retarded. Matter of fact, that's just a small percentage of the population there. As a matter of fact, Californians are good people. These creeps right here, they've been to prison and all this other shit. They got mental health issues and they won't ever admit it. They'll sit there and project and say everybody else is J-Cats, but goddamn, look at them. They don't see nothing. They don't see nothing abnormal in the shit that they're doing for all these years. But everybody else is J-Cat, huh? Everybody else is a dropout. Everybody else is this and that. But these fools ain't banging no more, huh? Whether they went to PC or not, they ain't banging no more, huh? So they dropped out. If you listen, if you ain't banging, you ain't putting in work, you dropped out, dog. You tapped out, you done. We done. We ain't about that life. We ain't trying to do that. You fools just want to talk about it. You guys want to talk about it because it makes you feel like you're still about it. That's why. That's what they do it for. Talking about it makes them feel like they're about it still. But that's my point. If you was really about it, you'd be out there on the block shouting about it. But you ain't on the block. You scared. These fools pussyfoot around their politics. There's some shit they won't speak on, man. So long as you got some shit you won't speak on, you got your nuts tied up. You got them motherfucker. You got your tail tucked. Any man who would say some sissy shit like that got his tail tucked. You a tail tucking motherfucker. I'm gonna call you tail tucker motherfucker. You's a bunch of tail tucker motherfuckers. Tuck your tails in there. I'm live at Los Olivos Park. Dun, 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 dun. Come out here, get my exercise, get my grind on. Like I said, I'm out here exercising, mental health and physical health. So the mental health is psychology. So when I speak to these things, this is a psychological issue. So I can identify these people based on my own relation to it, the anecdotal evidence. So yeah, I know it doesn't get really entertaining for people like that, huh? It doesn't, huh? Because there's no back and forth with me between me and these pussies, huh? Tell the truth, there's no back and forth. There'll never be because they can never show up, right? Listen, I've been doing this shit. Every last one of them had a chance to be here before I got here. They know when I'm gonna be here. Motherfuckers have every chance to be here before I get here. No, but what they gonna do? They gonna sit there and they gonna wait to see if I come on. They gonna come in forces. They gonna be ready with all their accounts lined up, and they're gonna run at it. They're gonna do what they did. Same shit, dog. That's their cyber attack. They ain't got no heads up, homie. They ain't got no hands. They ain't got no feet. They're punks. They're pussies. They just talking, dog. They talk out the side of their neck. They ain't going outside on the block showing that shit like this. They ain't about it, dog. They just some old talking heads, dog. That's it. Cause them motherfuckers gotta listen. I'm a 50-year-old motherfucking war veteran. My goddamn side have been to the penitentiary. And you can say what the fuck you want, but I'm out here clowning these fools. I'm live on location clowning all these motherfuckers, so I don't give a fuck. Numbers don't mean a motherfucking thing when I got them motherfuckers watching me, right? Huh? Go run tell that. Huh? When I got motherfuckers spreading the word in the hood, look at this motherfucker. Look at this motherfucker. He disrespecting us. Oh, bunch of mouse. I'ma call them mousy. No, men, mice. Motherfucking mice. See, they can't handle the truth. That's just too much. It's just too much. There's just a reality that's just too motherfucking much. You understand what I'm saying? I come out here, I keep that shit pushing. We're gonna do what? Huh? I'm speaking out against gangs right now. Huh? You got a problem with that, punk? Pussy? You got a problem with that? Huh? Stop talking now, punk. Get the fuck out of here, pussy. Everybody sees what you're trying to do. What, you think you could turn people's attention from me, motherfucker? You a hoe. Shut up. I've only let you carry on so long because you're just a ding-dong. Here's what Mr. Bill's trying to do before I block him. Mr. Bill's carrying on because he knows I'm not paying no attention. You can see how much he's writing. He's trying to convince the audience of how wrong I am while I'm walking and talking, and I'm gonna come out here and do the same shit tomorrow. And it ain't gonna change a motherfucking thing. Not a motherfucking thing. Nothing. Nah, Bill, there's 4 people in here, motherfucker. You was dumb for saying that. Stupid. And by the time I'm done, there's gonna be hundreds that have watched this motherfucker. Stupid. That's why I don't trip about that stupid shit. Because once I'm done and I end this shit, it'll say several hundred people were on it. So guess what? In an hour, I had that many people watching. So you're stupid. I can't lose, fool. I'm just running over these. That's all that's happening on YouTube. I'm just running these fools over. You name them, I'ma run them over right now on this live stream. Name them and watch me run over them. And we know they can't do nothing because they're cowards. Am I right or wrong? When are we gonna see them go live outside? When? When is any of them gonna take that show outside? Never. Never. We know it. They're scared, dude. It's not sweet to them. You understand? It's everything they said. That's what they're scared of. Move your ass out of there, dummy. It ain't sweet. It ain't sweet. Yeah, motherfucker, if I was your color wearing your colors going in that neighborhood, yeah, it wouldn't be sweet. It ain't sweet for you, motherfucker. It's sweet for listen, it's sweet for tens of millions of motherfuckers to go through Los Angeles every goddamn year. It ain't sweet for you because you motherfuckers are sour. You're a bunch of fucking sour pussies and you keep telling us all of your problems on here. You want us to have, you got so much pride in all of your fucking problems, and you want us to fucking what? Pander to your fucking problems? Placate your fucking problems? Those are your fucking problems, dude. Why don't you stand up and do something about it? Speak to some fucking solutions instead of your problems. I'm coming out here demonstrating solutions while I'm speaking on solutions. And these motherfuckers just continue to be the problem. These motherfuckers just continue to be the fucking problem. Why? Because they can't stop talking. They can't let it go, can they? Not one of these motherfucking old ass motherfuckers, old guys, can let it go, can they? It's not sweet here. I'm warning you, don't come over here. Yeah, we ain't gonna go over there wearing that color, stupid. We ain't gonna wear that cap. We ain't gonna have that gown on, dude. We're not big goofies like you guys are. It's not sweet because you're all sour. Look at yourselves. You're the reason it's not so sweet, not us. Listen, dude, you got beautiful bitches and bad, beautiful beaches. And the best bud, dude, outside of Amsterdam. You know, or maybe Canada. Shit, you know, fuck. Man, why do you want to be known for all that stupid shit? Yeah, we seen the movies already, dude. There's a catalog of movies that document all of this shit. If you stop talking about it, maybe it'll die down. If you stop hyping this shit up, you guys hype it up. That's what you're doing. Bunch of fucking old ass hype men. Ooey, ooey, cuckoo. Like, stop, dude. It's not sweet. Okay. It's not gonna stop anybody from going to the beach. You know what I'm saying? Unless there's some fucking travel warnings that say don't go to the beach. No, you don't care, dude. Ain't gonna stop nobody from going to Disneyland, Magic Mountains, Knott's Berry Farms, fucking Sea Worlds. You know what I'm saying? Going up to the bay, you know what I'm saying? To the fucking Golden Gate Bridge. They ain't gonna stop nobody from going down to Dago, dog. You know, motherfuckers love going to Dago. I know from out here, especially from out here, motherfuckers prefer to go to Dago than LA. Dago's way more beautiful, they say. I ain't never been. From what I've seen, I imagine. I mean, listen, just grow the fuck up, dude. You know what I mean? Like, enough with the childish ass fucking games. Enough with the same simple ass, goofy ass shit. You know, listen, that old double pumping shoot shit this fool did, like these fools always like that's an old gimmick, an old game, old double pumping that shit. Listen, anybody who would come on and say I was gonna subscribe, but all of a sudden they found a reason not to, you know it's one of them. Those are the more cunning and crafty and conniving motherfuckers right there. But they get caught up in their own shit. That's Gunner's doing. You motherfuckers couldn't use Chat GPT. You motherfuckers couldn't use AI itself directly to fucking thwart me, dude. That's how dumb these fools are, dog. Like, this is how discredited they are in my eyes. This is how discredited they are in my eyes. They don't have no credit. You can turn to them and you can sit there and compare and contrast and say, oh, well, you like him because of whatever your reasons is. But I guarantee you it ain't got nothing to do with the substantive value of the conversation. It has nothing to do with the viewpoint. It has nothing to do with the message. It's all about the messaging. That motherfucker sounds like you do. He looks like you do. That's it. He acts like you do. That's it. You know what I mean? He could sit there and sound all the same shit and throw some big words, mix some big words into that word salad, and that shit sounds all good to them goofies, dog. They don't even have the mentality to listen long enough to a motherfucker like me to learn something. As you see how they act. Look at how I get people to react on here. Think about it. Just by talking about something that's deep and profound or whatever, look at how I get grown ass people to react. Like that says a lot about them, right? You listen, it doesn't matter if I'm homeless, I'm or whatever the fuck I am. I'm live right now on location. These motherfuckers are coming in here with fake fictitious accounts, right? And the conversation will be about something, like I said, profound, intellectual. They'll jump in and just say what? What is always their interruptions in class? They always and it's always some dumb shit. But then you get a go slick motherfucker that like that try to come in with that. Like I said, oh, I was gonna subscribe, but bitch, fuck you and your subscription. Shove that shit up your ass, fool. You're stupid. Listen, that's some Hollywood ass horror motherfuckers that are concerned with that shit. You don't hear me talking about that. That's them big ass goofies. That's their excuse now for why them hoes don't want to say nothing, punks. It's all about the little ho-ho cakes. The clout chasing ass ho-ho cakes. Them punk motherfuckers, fuck their histories, fuck their gangs. Them bitches they're done. They're nothing but fucking weenies getting roasted on the grill, dog, every time I go live. I don't listen, dog. That's educational for me to roast them motherfuckers on here. Motherfuckers are learning. Motherfuckers are gaining insights about motherfuckers' pathology and psychology. They learning about their goddamn selves. The irony, huh? The irony. It's hard to say anything. It's hard to say anything about a person who's live, right? When you can't go outside and you can't do what he can do, you can't. What are you gonna say? What can any one of them say? Huh? It's been too many. Listen, there's been too many weeks, too many days in succession already doing this shit. That show shut down, dog. That shit is worthless. The gang culture is worthless. Listen, it's a dry well now. There ain't no money to be gained from that shit no more. Those stories are sold out already. That well's ran dry, dog. There's nothing to gain from it no more. Nobody listen. Okay, listen. When it gets when I see all of these cities, all of these major cities, when I see every major city touching 1,000 murders, then we'll talk. But so long as no city in the nation is seeing that type of murders right now and haven't been, it's not what you think, dude. It's hyperbole. It's hyperbole. That's just a media spectacle. And the media uses that spectacle to demonize us. The legacy media uses that spectacle to demonize us and call us out of our names and create laws like truth and sentencing laws to lock us up for this shit. That all these dudes do is give legislators reason to fucking enhance prison sentencing by telling all of these stories, by snitching like they're doing. That's all they do. All they're doing is giving the legislators a legal rationale for fucking tightening down. And we already know they be using this shit in court. People, these goofies still on it. Shit, I came out on this one like I was feeling this one already. I was feeling this one before I came out here. But so now keep in mind that two things always. When I'm out here and I'm walking, first and foremost, the most important thing is Torah, teaching of the Torah. Thou shalt and thou shalt not. When I speak out against what the actions of these grown men, thou shalt not. No grown ass man should be doing what I say they shouldn't be doing on here. On God. That's law, dude. Torah first and foremost. My faith in Jesus Christ guides me and propels me. That's my safety. That's my security. I don't concern myself with the rest. I'm a messenger here with a message, and that's it. I'm no more or less than these fools that I'm talking about in the sight of God in all reality. The second thing in this part of that is that this is the psychology of cultural recurrence. As a matter of fact, what you are witnessing every time you come on these lives while I'm out here doing this, You are participating in the psychology of cultural recurrence. You are an active participant every day in the psychology of cultural recurrence. This right here is the culture. It is the culture in which we are growing in every facet of our humanity, because people are growing financially and people are maturing on here. So there's an example, a standard to be set. So what do I do? The psychology of culture recurrence. Now, what have I learned psychologically about our culture from my studies of cultural anthropology and sociology and social psychology? What have I learned in all that? You repeat something enough, it'll stick. We all understand this. The psychology behind what's happening here is is a testimonial to who I am, to where I've been, what I've been through, what I've become, and what I am becoming in and of myself. It's humanity. It's something that every human being should be able to relate to. If you're not so full of yourself and full of envy and jealousy and covetous and greed and lust, then you see that for yourself. Because more people watch and observance and they learn and they follow. Whereas there's those that they don't, because there's a direct conflict between my content and theirs, which my content runs live stream. It runs live stream and it runs cross stream to theirs in the analytics, in the algorithm. So I pick up all their feedback. That's why in ratings, ratio to proportions, I'm doing my chart graph would be like this as opposed to theirs this way. I understand mathematics too. So I've learned I've learned a lesson from legacy media. There's a news hour, and it's vital to communications. It's vital to communicating to the public at large on a regular scheduled programming in case of an emergency where there is needed breaking news. Once Ted Turner, CNN went on a 24-hour news cycle, we got locked into it. The U.S. military, the Keynesians, they locked us into this whole status quo. It was something that began coming out of the wars that our military intended to do. It's part of MK Ultra. It's part of their whole overall strategy for mind control, for mass, for population control. It's what it is. It's in order to herd the population. So a siren goes off. Roo, roo, roo. Back in the 1960s, they were having these emergency fucking systems, watch checks where they would have to go fucking duck for cover under their desk in case of a nuclear holocaust. In case there was a nuclear bomb, they had those, so there was these emergency. So it's vital to communication. It's vital to the spreading of messaging to the people. But there's a conflicting interest because there's a business interest that's tied into the Central Intelligence Agency. If you look at the history of the Central Intelligence Agency, you do a deep dive into the history, you see how OSS, the people that actually started it, they just got all of these scientists, all of these professors, they just locked in academia, they locked in uh, uh, the business, they locked it all into those military interests. That's why the defense budget is the largest of all budgets, and it's allocated to private entities by the billions. Lockheed Martin, fucking Raytheon, Motorola. These are all military companies. All listen, the U.S. index on the stock market is that's the military's. The military protects that. That is our assets. That's their assets. There are generals and everybody else that's invested in all of that to this day. There's family legacies that still uphold. They still listen. Their riches and their fortunes are held in perpetuity for all this shit. So what I understand about that, and I explained this to content creators on here before, is if you run when the news hour is, then you're gonna cut cross on everybody's stream. And if I'm running live for hour and a half, 2 hours at one time, I kill whatever vibe they want, whatever vibe they intended to. And they do it to themselves because they come over here like little kids. Any one of them could tap in like grown ass men and we could talk on their channels. They can ask me whatever they want, we can get to whatever they want, and we can get beyond it. But they're not that's that like I said, they're every bit of what I say they are because they prove it. They don't come outside, dude. What are they gonna do? Dub's on here, he been a couple times. I know it's him. If you're gonna mention him and you're gonna say some shit like that, then I know. Oh, Dub said you a dropout. And dude had repeated like 3 times on 3 different lives before I finally reacted to it. You see, we we have to show a distinction in character. That's the psychology in all this. Psychologically, all they're demonstrating to me is post-traumatic stress disorder. Listen, and I did it the same. I told everybody that when I was expressing myself in the way that I was at that time about that shit, that was just me expressing the PTSD. And these dudes think it's a joke about it. No, dude. I'm telling you the truth. Go see a fucking doctor, dude. Stop spewing that fucking venom out in the streets, dude, because those kids that you're telling that to, they think this shit's cool, dude. Those are your fucking relatives, idiots. You think you're gonna scare them? How the fuck do you think you're gonna scare them on YouTube if you're not going to the fucking park, dumbass? That's how delusional these fools are. And that's what's frustrating for me. And that's why I get lit, turned the fuck up on these fools. Because it's obvious, dog. Like, you have to be really dumb, dude, stupid, ignorant to be playing this fucking game. And to sit there for any one of them to act like they ain't watching me, they're lying, dude. They just don't know how to react. They don't know what to say. Like I said, any one of them, dog, any one of them could fucking stop by, drop a fucking comment, say, hey, fool, come on my shit. You know what I'm saying? Fucking drop a link, let motherfucker, we can talk, whatever. Dude, I'm not above fucking apology. I'm not above apology, dude. That's why I can go there. That's why I can so easily say that shit. But they're not. This motherfucker want to try to act like I said I'm better than somebody. No, these motherfuckers are the ones who think that they are. Because here's a fact, dog. These fools are so sour inside themselves because of the post-traumatic stress disorder and the psychology and pathology of these fools that, and I know from human experience, even with my own homies, it's like, it's like, my apology, homie. I know I fucked up. I did this, blah, 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 whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, there's always a but, dog, like, but what, dog? Why can't you let it go? I'm not the one harboring shit inside, dude. I'll call me a punk and a bitch. That ain't gonna matter. You think I can listen? If I'm gonna call me a punk and a bitch, you think it's gonna matter a damn to me if these little sissies do? They can't handle the resonance in my fucking voice. They can't handle my temper. They can't handle my tone. They can't handle fucking how reactive, radioactive I am. They can't handle this shit, dude. I'm doing this shit walking, talking, exercising, dog. You see, the camera turns off and there's real life. And like I said, I got a 16, 17-year-old brother that, you know what I mean? Like I gotta keep a reins on from a distance, dude. It's a delicate thing. And then I got my best friend, man, my whole life. You know what I mean? Same shit. You know what I mean? Being brother, being best friend, being doctor, being all that I can to my brother, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that knows me knows that what my life is apart from that shit. They know how real this shit is. That's why there ain't no threat here. They're threatened by me there. They're threatened by me there. Why are you so threatened by me there, way over there? What difference does it make what I say? Who cares? I'm not even from there. I'm from your area. I'm not from your function, homie. I'm not from your, you know what I mean? Why does it matter? You still listen, motherfuckers are still gonna do what they're gonna do. So why does it matter? P Merc, you can't make people see what they don't understand. Facts. You spin facts. You know, you have to understand first in order to know. You can't know nothing for sure without a fundamental understanding. If you don't understand what the hell's going on, you don't know shit. And you know, when you're so delusional that you'll lie to yourself, you know what I'm saying? You'll sit there and try to tell these fools will sit there and try to tell themselves that I'm a keyboard warrior, I'm an internet banger, I'm this, I'm that. You know what I'm saying? While I'm live out in public running for hours, and they're like hundreds of thousands of miles away, fucking locked in a closet. They can't even go outside in their own area because it's not sweet over there. This is sweet. I invite you to come get some of this sweet treat. It don't sound no sweet over there. Come get you some. And if you're a senior citizen, look, we got you here in the valley, homie. We got you, bro. We got you good, bro. It's sweet like that for you over here. If you want to get if you want a cure for that sour puss, just come out here to the Valley of the Sun, dry out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? What's cracking, Perry Ocho? What it do, brother, man? I'm over here. Let me give it to you. So how you been, bro? What's good with you? Hey, congratulations to the family, man. Congratulations, bro. I seen the pictures and shit. It's love, bro. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing because, like, I said, I was looking at it, bro. I'm looking at it and I'm like, they don't even know, fool. Like, they don't even know. Homie's been through the shits, dude. Like, they don't even know. Cause you got that big happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. I love it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Divertown 5004. You're wearing out a perfectly good pair of shoes. Why? May I ask, Diver Down? What is a person supposed to do with a good pair of shoes? Since you wanted to distract the conversation, you wanted some attention right now. What is a person supposed to do with a good pair of shoes when they buy them? Diver Down. Where are you tapping in from? Where are you tapping in from? I'm certain you're gonna say somewhere other than, but I get the distraction. I sat down, so it's cool. I was good with that. the irony, the irony in their hypocrisy, in their blind hypocrisy. Sorry about your mother, bro. Dive her down. Sorry for your mother. Sorry for her loss. Dive her down. Damn. I ain't gonna save you, bro. I can't do nothing for you. I don't be doing no divers down. If you was a man down right here on the ground, I could do something for you. But diver down, nah, that's some salty sea serpent shit. Yeah, you a little too near the ocean for that. Diver down, yeah, that sounds like a salty sea serpent. Did you slither out of the sea? Diver down? Hey, thanks, God. God's been good to me. Yeah, hey, bro. Amen. Amen. I can see that though, bro. Like I see the radiance in all of you guys. You know what I mean? I can see the radiance in all of you guys. I need some fucking water. Hey, bro, I'm telling you, I'm praying for the day soon. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I'm right now. I'm putting full force at it right now, dog. I'm throwing everything I got at it right now, dog. Short of just making the call, cause I'm not gonna do that. That's on her. But yeah, I'm trying to tell you, bro. This old man needs his, bro. This old man needs his. I've been grinding this shit out for too long, bro. Too motherfucking long. I need mine, dog. I need my R&R, baby. Baby, come save daddy. Come save daddy down here. Come get me. Man down, man down. Down on the ground on this hot ass desert. Man down, baby. Come get me. Rescue me. Rescue me. Rescue me from this poverty, from this misery and poverty. Rescue me. Deliver me, Lord Jesus. Deliver me. I ain't even lying. I ain't even front right now. That's as real as it gets, bro. I grind, and it's fucked up for me, bro, because I just study. I fall asleep fucking reading now again and writing, and the world becomes more retarded to me. Like the more I understand about life, the more it becomes retarded to me, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. I mean, it becomes all the more meaningful. I'll be honest with you. It does. It matters most. It's most meaningful. But yeah, I gotta get ghost from all this, bro. Like honestly, I feel complete in myself. I feel like I've given my all to the world, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel that by my birthday, by the time Aquarius rolls around, which is the end of December, I may not be seen again. I may not ever post or be seen on social media again. I'll leave the accounts as they are. You know what I mean? Because I know, like on my Facebook shit, I can't even delete it no more. They don't even allow me to delete my shit. I have to keep it. So I just won't post. I'll just delete the apps off my phone, off my devices and shit. So you know what I mean? Just get on with with my life. You know what I mean? Like K Sarah. You know what I mean? I'm living for me, man. I open up and I share with everyone. You know what I mean? In hopes that people can be inspired and motivated or whatever from it all. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I got to consider how much of myself I'm giving to this world and how much is taken from me. You know what I mean? Because the time that I'm spending here right now talking on this live You know what I mean? It's time I could have been focused in on myself and what's next. You know what I mean? So, and I've been thinking about that too. Is doing my walks first and then sitting and going live, which I should have did today, and I probably do tomorrow. That way I can sort that out. Cause otherwise, like I said, like, and then to do so, bro, to come on here and just pour myself out like that, and to have to deal with people in the chat who they're so immature, bro, they can't keep up with the conversation, and they got to do silly childish things, dog. It's really childish, it's really silly, and none of it makes sense because they've been doing it for so long already. You know what I mean? Like the same people been doing it for so long. You see, for me, what I find is that, you know what, I'm gonna sift through the wheat and the chaff on here. You know what I mean? Because there's people who will subscribe and unsubscribe, and I don't want no subscription from somebody who does that. That's why I'm as abrasive as I am, because I don't want no one hanging around who can't handle that, because that's what, you know what I mean, people like that end up doing shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I listen, when I'm sitting there giving the psychoanalysis of my own self and reflecting on the heart of myself and being completely open and honest about my life like that, and taking an introspective journey, that's a heartbreaking shit to deal with. That shit is weighty, dude. You know what I mean? And then to be and then to turn around and verbatim put that in the world, out in the ether. I don't owe anybody anything, nothing. I give of myself freely as God has given to me, intellectually, whatever there is of my being, all that I am, I give all of myself, because I can't take nothing with me. I'm not going to take the clothes on my body with me. None of it matters. I'm not going to remember a day on earth. I'm not going to remember a day of this. So I'm not dwelling in it anymore like I did. I'm not, you don't see me stewing it in the same way that these fools do. They're stewing in their own blood. They're stewing in their own vomit. They're stewing in their own mess. That's all they're doing is just regurgitating it. No progress towards any success. Just a static competition that runs up numbers. And so long as they can see themselves, paying their bills and being able to add a little something to the feature to keep it going and growing, and that's all that counts to them. That's all that matters. They don't need to do nothing else. That's why I say about the one character, he ain't gonna never come out the closet and admit to what the facts are. Because every month somebody's gonna bring it up, and he's guaranteed a check off that. He's guaranteed a paycheck off of everybody going over there and fucking crying about fucking what the idiot said again. It's all that happens, dude. They go crying about what the racist idiot says again. So you already know it's going to repeat. It's going to be a racist thing, or it's going to be the other thing. But he can count on that happening, him and the other Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and they can count on all the other fucking mockingbirds and mockingjays to fucking pay like they weigh. It's a vicious cycle, dude. It's a fact. By the time February, January rolls around anyway, I have enough of these lives, enough content up there, just let the shit run anyway. There'll be enough of man, one live stream, and there's enough knowledge in one live stream for all these dudes to be learning for a lifetime, dude. So I'm good with that. You know what I mean? If there was ever that I owed the world anything, there you go. It's the best I got to offer. I ain't gonna never pay restitution on my cases, because I'm looking at over 500,000. I ain't gonna never pay that. We're not doing that one. Huh? Huh? Pedro, the Bible says gray hair is a sign of wisdom. Keep your sharing, yeah, keep sharing. Yeah, bro. Hey, that's the thing. Like, I was determined with that this morning when I was like, because I crashed out. Like, I was exhausted, that exhausted. I just said, I'm done, dude. Like, fuck the world. It's cursed. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't giving no more of myself to this shit. I'm just gonna go out there and get mine and fuck this, dude. I'm not posting shit no more. I ain't saying shit. You know what I mean? Fuck that. That's how I crashed out last night, dog. Said a prayer, I was out. Woke up this morning. I felt a little different, I felt like the devil was a lie. I felt like, no, the devil wants you to give up, Daniel. That's a lie. Keep pushing. Keep pushing past and you'll get there too. You'll get there. You'll get to that point. Just keep pushing. You know what I mean? It's like I say, for me personally, every day, this is Torah. This is tactical training, bro. This is strategic. This is, you know what I mean? This is clinical. This is medical. This is mental. Bro, this is scientific. What we're all partaking in here in these live streams is scientific. People don't get it. They're caught up in their own hyperbole. They're caught up in their own hype. They're caught up in their own little air bubbles. They look at their window and they see the world through those lenses. This is psychology 101. These lives is a literal psychology 101. If you look it up, what that is, this is a living demonstration of it. Here on YouTube, this is a culture. The culture within this particular genre, the people that are more likely to be watching come from a particular mind frame, a particular demographic. My fucking algorithm don't give no fucks about your colors and shit, dog. It don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And what is most common about the psychology and the culture here? It's the recurrence, right? It's the recurrence that Sunday through Friday, noonish Mountain Standard Time, be out here exercising for my own health, whether I have a phone or not, whether I have a device, whether I'm live or not, I'm gonna do it because it's what I'm doing for me. I'm on the camera for you. Everything else that I'm doing is for me, even talking, even speaking on what I'm speaking on. And I'm under no delusions. I'm under no delusions at all while I'm walking here outside in the public, dude. Live. I'm under no fucking delusions. No one needs to ever warn me about a motherfucking thing ever in life. Never. I don't need no motherfucking human being to warn me about a fucking threat ever in my life, dog. There's no human being that's ever gonna understand the threats that I face in life. So when I sit there and call a motherfucker a punk, he's a punk. That's just is what it is. There ain't no threat in me doing that. Not at all. You threatened by it. That's why motherfuckers feel the way they do. And they don't do shit about it. So it proves the point. The psychology of culture recurrence, is it not? See, that's why I say I could just leave this as it is. I know as I'm speaking right now, just what I said right there, just this right here, this live can be psychoanalyzed by fucking tenured professors at Ivy League universities in the field, dude. I'm talking about the heads of fucking psychology departments at every goddamn Ivy League university. But there's people that are so full of themselves that they don't see the reality that's right in front of me. They're caught up in the virtual reality that they make for themselves every day. They use filters in their fucking photos. They Photoshop shit. They play around on AI. They're living in a fantasy world in their own fucking mind, dude. And these fools don't come out the closet. These motherfuckers are becoming madmen in that shit, dude. And you see how they act on here. Fuck, bro. I laugh because all I have to do is just turn the camera, dude. This is a street. Like there is far too many consecutive lives, bro. That show is done. Like that's what I'm trying to tell fools. Turn the page, man. You motherfuckers or not. Or not, dude. Don't ever grow up, man. Don't ever prove to me that you're a fucking man. I'm gonna keep calling you what I call you. And that's that. You know what I'm saying? Because either you're gonna face me like a fucking man, accept my apology, and you're gonna do the same, or you can keep coming on and I'm gonna keep clowning you fools, and it's just gonna get worse. Because everybody, more people are gonna be drawn to the shit. And the more I call you out of your names and continue to walk right here, and everybody can see why you ain't going and doing nothing. When you got every opportunity, you can be here before I get here. Yeah, I give everybody that opportunity to be here before I get here. So yeah, there ain't no excuses for these little old troll ass games that fools play on here. You've been caught in the web of your own deceit. That's really what happened. You get caught up in the web of your own deceit because you can't, you know what I mean? Like, motherfucker don't need to say nothing. Nothing at all, dude. Like I said, you can show up before I do. So the rest of it, you know what I mean? Like I said, you're just gonna attract more to me by doing it. Because the more disrespectful I get, it's the Charleston White effect. That's all it is. I just call it the Charleston White effect. You start calling, you start calling, you start calling a place. Let me just put it into context and perspective for you. You start calling a place that's so saturated in population, right? That they have so many people there, that they have such a broad viewing audience. You know what I'm saying? And then if you turn on them like that, like Charleston White did, yeah, yeah, the Charleston White effect. You know why? I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. It's because of the animus that everyone has for Los Angeles. You're big headed. Your egos have gotten out of proportion. That's what you're not understanding. Why we feel the way we do about you. Your egos have grown out of proportion with the facts on the ground. Like I said, no, it's not sweet for you because you're all sour pusses. You're the reason why your neighborhoods are not sweet. We don't care because there's nothing there for us to gain by going there. We can't go there and put no money in your community when you ain't putting no money in your community. That's stupid. And you want to come on here and celebrate the shit. You want to keep talking about it, but you don't have no solutions. You ain't if you hustle in the hood, huh? You ain't building a marathon. You ain't building some burger joints and shit like that, dog, huh? See, I can support that shit. I always listen, dog. I used to always, people tell you this. I used to always talk about that whole thing with Nipsey. And I would always explain how that little right there, that little plaza right there, could have been a competitive marketplace for those rival hoods. Right? So like, of course, Marathon's the centerpiece right there, but like if there'd have been like, let's say, like a homie from the 60s or from 8 Trey, that he had a little short, he had a little thing and set up shop right there. And they're looking out for one another. Like the one thing about it is that should never happen there. You see what I'm saying? Like that's you make that not sweet, dude. You look at that, dog. That's his own homie. But I come from a neighborhood like that too, so I know I get it. But let's look at what if. Because if you have a competitive market, like I said, let's say the trays in the 60s right there, that's the competition, that's the beef. It's about the numbers, man. It's all about the numbers. And you know what? You ain't blocking each other out of the market. You know what I mean? You're sharing shelves and shit. You're sharing shelves just to showcase so you can see. You want to invite everybody into your shit. You don't want to be so exclusive to that's it, because then you branded yourself that particular. You can never grow outside of that. Not in the marketplace. We're talking business. We're talking economics. JMD. What do you think about AI? What is your job and how do you use it? What do I what do I think about AI? Do you know what it is? Do you know what AI is? Okay, so I know you're gonna say it's artificial intelligence. I know you're gonna give me a very generic answer. I'm gonna tell you systems wise what it is. All AI is analytics. Look at the word analytics, do a little research and study what analytics is. It's an analytics. Okay, so Mark Zuckerberg, all these brilliant tech dudes, all these motherfuckers for all their brilliance, their AI, their cuckoo, their boogeyman that got you all scared, all this shit, all of it. It got you asking me it's a stupid question to me. I'm gonna tell you, it's a stupid question. While I have implanted on Facebook what is being patented as mirrored analytics. So, Meta AI, I stole it. I control it from Facebook. I do. My account is proven one of pilot. I can prove my Facebook profile has features that no other Facebook profile has. I can prove my Facebook does what yours don't do. It's a pilot one of account because back in 2011, I began designing mirrored analytics by using Facebook's algorithm, by using Facebook's analytics. So whatever you want to call it, it's analytics. Whatever brand that they give to it, it's analytics. It is a form of analytics. I have architect the design of mirrored analytics. So like I said, I stole their platform. That's why I'm pilot of, one of. That's why I'm the leader of that shit. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. That's what it do. That's all it is. It's analytics. So the law of physics apply. The law of physics apply with AI. Let me explain this to you. The limitations of AI are found in physics. A robot must have electrical components. Must have electrical components. Even the human system has electrical currents flowing through it. Every motherfucking machine must have electrical currents that must be able to recharge and regenerate and rejuvenate within itself. The only possible way, two possible ways of achieving that is by direct electrical sourcing or via solar. Because even if you use the mechanics of okay, so let me give you an example. The wheelbase on a Tesla, electrical vehicles really should need a minimal amount of charging. And the reason all electrical vehicles should need a minimal amount of charging, because all electrical vehicles should charge themselves in rotation. You see, they weren't smart enough to figure that out yet. There's physics involved, there's mathematics that are involved, there's trig, calculus involved in the questioning. How to convert that energy. Once you have a power source, how to then use the rotation of the wheel well, the wheelbase, to then be create a current itself that then charges the battery back up. But it can't charge it per se. It can only keep it at a within a margin of 50-50. So you can go say 60-40. But anything outside of that, it's gonna. That being said, if you programmed a robot to do whatever a human could do, and like let's say like the movie I, Robot type shit, the law of physics still applies. Like I said, they still would need a power source. And if the skies were blackened, there's no solar, there's no power source. It would be easy. Listen, it would be easy to defeat them because of their electrical circuitry. They couldn't destroy us because all we need is water, water and certain nutrients, and we can sustain that on the move. You know what I mean? Like let's say if I was walking right here, and there was like let's say there's a creek where I can get water. Or if I had water, and like let's say there's like different trees, different fruit trees, different berry trees, different nut trees. I wouldn't need anything else. I could just continue to pick and go, drink and go, pick and go, drink and go until my muscles, the tension within my muscles builds up too much that I can't move no more. I've done it to myself. I push myself days like that. Um, so I know that there comes a point where physically, for me personally, the body seizes. Like it just, even the mind, well, it happens with the mind first because the exhaustion is mental. Once the mental exhaustion takes place, the body seizes. So as a warrior, I'm not going to be defeated by even mankind, let alone a goddamn robot. As a warrior, I'm not going to be outthought. I'm not going to be out strategized by no man on earth. It ain't going to happen. So that's that. I think very little of it. It's a means to an end. It's a tool. For me, it's a whiteboard. I just use it to study. That's it. That's all AI is. It's analytics, pure and plain and simple. Listen, what you do with it is what you make of it. Listen, if your analytics on your devices starts doing some fucked up shit, yeah, you're playing around too much on your shit, dude. You're doing some fucked up shit on there. Your data is reflecting that. That shit ain't number analytics. You be thinking it's evil. No, you the evil motherfucker doing what you're doing on there. That's the reality. You know? I'm gonna post right here. No, I'm finding that bench is shaded. Let's see. Lance something. Maybe they weren't smart enough, but they want our money. Hell yeah, they want our money. Oh yeah. Let's talk about money. The love of money is the root of all evil. I'm gonna ask a fundamental question. What is money? If you have to go to Google and ask the question, what is money? Get me the answer. I'm gonna walk over here to this bench. Hopefully nobody don't beat me to it. I'm watching the bench over there. What is money? Before we get to that, I'm encourage you to watch a documentary by the heir of Johnson and Johnson. It's called The 1%. He talks about the taboo of money. Money is taboo. So there's two questions. What is money and why is money taboo to the wealthy? That's a very important question to ask people to understand. Why is money taboo to the wealthy? Rich people are sick with it. They talk about it all the time. That's rich people. To wealthy people, it's taboo. Wealthy people are not rich people. Wealthy people have legacies. They don't live according to their bank accounts. They live according to their status. It's taboo. They don't have money. So what is money? A tool for trade. Exactly. By definition, economic definition, it is money is the medium of exchange. It is nothing more than a medium of exchange. It exchanges commodity for commodity, good for good, product for product. The evil in it is in land. It's in the fact that money then is used to purchase something that no man created themselves. No man on earth has a right to own any land. None. We didn't create it. We didn't make it. We have no more of a right to stake any claim to any portion of it that's not given to us according to the law of Moses. God apportioned land. When he led the Hebrews out of Egypt and he gave them the law, he gave the firstborn male a portion of land. He gave each of those 12 tribes, he gave each of those boys a portion of land. That's what they still fight for. That's what every bit of the fight for Israel is always going to be about. And it's about themselves. It's a war within themselves. It's incestuous. It's just fact. It's a history. You know, the Bible is whitewashed by the translators for necessity, right? So everything that's been written, um, it's there. It's not like we don't have these texts for ourselves to judge them for ourselves. Yeah, I mean, I've read. I mean, like that's just part of rabbinical studies. You have to know all this shit. You know what I mean? Like the histories of all this shit is continued. You have to understand it. Lance, and they are the most evil, killing babies and shit. Fuck that. I mean, let's not just. Okay, there's a difference, but it's equivalent. Um, well, there's certain fraternal order like Skull and Bones, dude, where okay, it's known that they have to unearth bones. They have to go steal some bones. They're grave. Listen, bro. Every fucking member of Skull and Bones is a grave robber. Think about that. fucking all of them. Al Gore, the Bushes, all of them, bro. Every last one of them motherfuckers, bro. There's Democrats, there's Republicans, there's independents, there's every walk of life. They control all of it. That's the Central Intelligence Agent. That's their fucking primary recruiting ground. Think about it. You would vote for motherfuckers like that. People voted for motherfuckers who've literally robbed graves, dog. There are people right now who love these motherfucking grave robbers to death. They got fucking still pride themselves on the Bushes and the fucking Gores and all these motherfucking fucking grave robbers, dog. Let's call these motherfuckers what they are. They're fucking grave robbers, dog. They ain't worth a fuck, dog. Fuck their legacies. Their legacies are pure fucking evil. Their legacies are tied into shit like MK Ultra. Motherfucking George H.W. Bush stole my motherfucking relatives' motherfucking bones. Motherfuckers got Geronimo's bones, you punk motherfuckers. Fuck a skull and bones. And the other thing that they gotta do is they gotta get bones off a living being. Yeah, they gotta boil bones from flesh and sinew. No, they got a stack of bones, them motherfuckers. Evil sons of bitches. Oh, they're Jews, they're Muslims, they're fucking Catholics, they're Christians. Oh, they're every fucking walk of life. Don't confuse this shit. Don't confuse the bigotry, one's own bigotry and biases and racism for the facts of the matter, because they black, they brown, they white, they whatever. They don't give no fucks about the rest of it. They don't even give a fuck about money. It's taboo. They don't have it. They got power. They don't need money. You don't need money when you got power. That's why they don't talk. They don't, what are they talk about money for? They don't keep money. They deal in numbers, assets. They transfer assets. They liquidate assets. It's just a stroke of a fucking computer keys. People don't keep fucking money and blackmail each other with harming children. Here, listen. Here's the reality of it. I'll open the gateway for you all. It's deep and dark and sinister is and evil as you can conceive of in your mind. Apply that logic to every politician in Washington, D.C. Apply it to every last one of them and watch the delusion dispel. When you see them as people who sold their souls to get there because they owe it to the they owe their seats of power to the special lobby, to the special interest groups who get them there. The pharmaceutical companies, the oil companies, the tech company, all these billionaire corporations, companies, conglomerates, cartels and shit. We listen, it's representation, it's taxation without representation. We don't have no representation there, really. Listen, so long as you hear these motherfuckers trying to save Obamacare and trying to expand this shit, nah, it's a lie, dog. They're playing to the billionaire donors. That's it, dude. That shit's over with. As long as that, listen, people used to always think I was partial that because I was talking about Trump like I did, that I didn't have no roast on for no fucking Democrats. All that, you're lying. That's a fucking lie, dude. No, let's start with okay, go look at that photo of Barack Obama with David Axelrod standing behind him. And tell me how queer that shit looks. Yeah, they're all nothing more than trophy wives in Washington, D.C., dude. They ain't nothing but girlfriends up in that bitch. Ain't nothing but whores there, dude. See, you talk about blackmail. No, you gotta listen, dude. There's no blackmail in Jeffrey Epstein's world. There's no blackmail in Diddy's world. That's not blackmail. You're part of the show, dude. You shut the fuck up. Vicky Goggins, what's cracking? It's 24 degrees.
God dang it. Hold on, let me give you my temperature. No, I ain't gonna give you my temperature. You might get mad at me. 24 degrees. Lance, I like Trump, but this term opened my eyes a lot. See, Lance, listen, bro. All I ever pointed out in all of that, dude, was exactly what you're seeing. That's all I ever listen, bro. That all I ever explained to people is what the outcomes were gonna be. I listen, I know economics, so I know if you're talking tariffs, you're talking all this shit, dude, like you're gonna collapse our economy. If you're really talking about doing all this shit, it's gonna look really fucked up in America, bro. It's gonna be a fucking cold ass day in America if that's what you want to do. Read what you sent. What you sent? Oh, I'm looking for a strong man that doesn't take any shit off anybody. 100. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what you say, Vicky. All right, Danza man. I appreciate the love and support. Hey, you got me blushing over here. You got me blushing. I appreciate that. You got me blushing. You gonna make me end this live doing some shit like that. See, that's oh man. I'm just trying to get through the day. I'm just trying to get through the day, dude. Listen, my birthday's February 13th. My birthday February 13th. Uh on February 14th, on Valentine's Day, my family's having a family reunion on my dad's side. I've never been to any family reunion. But my dad's side, they do it. They come in from all over. They gonna be coming in from Alabama. I hope my brother and sister come in. Honestly, dude, I hope. I'm gonna tell my brother Mike. I'm gonna make sure they reach. He reaches out to him. There's enough time for everybody to fucking. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I say like, there's a part of me that just wants to let go and just fucking, like I said, not post, no, don't show face no more, and then just fucking. Cause like I'm already knowing like this new year for me is gonna be a spectacular year, dude. Like it's gonna be an amazing year for me. And you know, it's overwhelming to me right now. It's overwhelming my senses because like I'm impatient for one thing. I'm impulsive and like it takes a lot for me to fucking control myself, you know what I mean? To keep from fucking poking and prodding like I do, you know what I mean? Which it always sets me back. So I'm in that's why coming out here helps me the way that it does because I'm able to exert so much energy. I'm able to get so much off my chest and get so much out and exhaustion, just physically exhaustion. You know what I mean? So, cause I'm dealing with some pretty serious health issues. Like I got vertigo. And I was diagnosed a long time ago with these blackouts and shit and fucking um so like my nervous system is like really, really hyper right now. It's like I'm hyper vigilant, hypersensitive. I'm just hyper every fucking thing, dude. So like I notice every little slight, dude. I notice every little slight. Like just to give you an example, my mom made hamburgers. Her and my sister went shopping. They got burgers for us. So my mom made burgers. Her and my sister made burgers, and I only ate one of my burgers, and I left the other one. I said I'm gonna save the other one for when I lay tomorrow when I work out and shit. You know what I mean? And so it was there. It was all there all night. And I had said it several times. Like just the next day too. Even before I came out, I had said that um I'm gonna eat that. I'm gonna eat my burger when I get back or whatever. You know what I mean? And so when I go to get my burger and shit, I'm like, Where's my fucking hamburger at?" And like my brother had like a half of one that he started to eat, a burger made up, and then like a half of a patty that he started eating shit. And I was like, she's like, it's not. I was like, that's not mine. It's Rudolph's shit. And so She's like, "Oh, the other one I gave it to the dog." I mean, I love my dog. I love my mom's little Snickles. I love Snickles. I take care of her more than she does. You know what I mean? But I'd have gave my dog a bite, but I wasn't gonna give him a whole goddamn burger. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna give him the whole fucking burger, dog. You know, I'm always for when a dog. I get my steak and the dog's right there, getting the first little cut and giving him my first little cut. But goddamn, no, don't give him my whole goddamn burger and think that shit's cool with me. It shows you don't appreciate a motherfucker. Goddamn it. You know what I mean? It shows you don't value my motherfucking me, motherfucker. Your dog mean more to you than me today. Like, goddamn. But see, the reason with my mom and I had to tell her something is that there's a pattern here, and it's like it's been repeating far too fucking often. Where like either it's like I get it, it's mine, whatever, and instead of get it, she'll give it to somebody. It's mine, and my mama just give it to somebody, or she'll give me something. She'll give me something, and like here, all right, I'll get it later or whatever, and like I go to get it later, and she'd have gotten to give it. Like my mom is giving shit this like, dude, she'd get something. I forget what it was. She gave me something. She didn't want it, and I was like, yeah, I'll eat it later. And then, and my brother gets home. My brother's like he was hungry, whatever. My mom's like, oh, I got that right there. You want it? I just got up and walked out of the kitchen. I was like, dang, that's some cold ass shit. And it's fucking crazy because listen, we're sitting in the living room. It could be me and all of my siblings. Listen. This is even when my brother Joe's present. This is a lifelong goddamn thing these motherfuckers are gonna do to me. We're all in the fucking living room. They're talking to me. They're speaking about me, right? Like they're this, Daniel that. They won't say a fucking thing to Daniel. They sitting there talking to their motherfucking mother about Daniel. My sister, gotta go pick her up from work. I'm a Lyft driver. That's what I do. I'm nobody. I'm nobody, dude. I'm not. You know what I mean? I just make sense. That's all. I don't make dollars. I just make sense. I don't chase dollars. Dollars are a medium of exchange. I make sense. People love me. That's priceless. That's far more valuable. You know why that's far more valuable? Because there's comfort and safety and security in that. That's an open invitation always. You need a drink, I got you. You hungry, I got you. You wandering, you lost, I got you. That's love. That's compassion. That's mercy. A man like myself, men like myself, men who've been through the ringer and through hell and back. This is what we need the most. This is what we should be yearning for the most. Not that contention. I get it. I had to get it out too. I had to get all that toxicity out of me too. It still comes out. It still ekes out from time to time. You see it. It's in my expressions. It's a fatal attraction, isn't it? It's truly a fatal attraction. Vicky Goggins, I made you smile. Yeah, and you are to me. I do love you. I appreciate the love. I love you too. I, the thing about me is like love is always going to be a given for me. You know what I mean? It's not an expectation.
I'm fulfilled in giving. It's more blessed to give than to receive. You know what I mean? So in the receiving of it, for me, it's more empowering. You know what I mean? It gives me more. You know what I mean? Of the love that I'm leaking out myself because even when I'm getting hostile like that, like I'm leaking out my love. It's an expression of love because it speaks to truth, to power. It says that you're wrong. It says that you need to change your ways. You need to turn to God. You need to repent. And it says that if you think that you're gonna silence me by whatever means, then try it. Otherwise, you be silent. I have a far greater purpose in life than even I understand. That's why I give up as a man. That's why I'm frail as a man. That's why I'm weak as a man. But where I am weak, God is stronger. Therein lies the strength of God, the salvation, the mercy, the forgiveness, the safety, the security, the blessings, because I value what He says, because I place that above all else when He says, Daniel, don't do, and Daniel do. Because I never had a father to tell me shit, and look what happened. Look what happened to me. So I seek that. I need that. I need that divine providence, that divine guidance. I need to look to the law and know what I should and should not be doing as a man with honor and dignity. Some people don't have it. If you're locked in a closet talking shit all day, what's the value in that human being, man? For reals. I think it's time going into this new year. Everybody take a hard look at themselves, man, and assess where we are and what we've been doing and how it's been working. Cause a new year and then to come into a new year and see the same shit, dude. I mean, for me, if there's a new year of here YouTube the same, you know what I mean, pushing forward, then you're gonna continue to see the same show. I may be somewhere else at noontime doing it, but I'm gonna continue with that same routine. That's like NBC right here. I'm trying to set a scheduled program. At noon hour for me is exercise. You know what I mean? I'm trying to add a little sunset here or there. That sunset seems more suitable for a here or there. You know what I mean? But just build the channel organically. Because, like I said, I don't need subscribers who are going to subscribe and then unsubscribe. I want subscribers who are going to stick around long enough to become moderators, to get to know me, to grow with me. You know what I'm saying? Because the more I can grow in moderation, the more I can grow the channel by keeping all of that dissonance out, all those disruptions and distractions and all that. So the conversation can continue on. And when I do stop to check with some comments, it's in line with what we're discussing. You know what I mean? It makes sense. It ain't somebody sitting here just see me all of a sudden and they see my gray beard and they think I'm a Crip. You know what I mean? Like just all of a sudden I got a gray beard, so I'm a Crip now, or I'm blood, or hey, where you from? Like, let me conclude this live by just advising everybody. The proper thing to do if you're new to a channel and you tap in on a live like that, don't ask me where I'm from, ask me where I'm at. I'm live on location. So where I'm from, that's what you're about. That shows me your mentality because you're seeing me from inside yourself. That's what you're looking at. You're not looking at reality, you're looking at virtual reality. So the reality of what you're looking at is, hey homie, where you at? That would be some respectable shit, even if you a G. It don't even matter. Hey, homie, where you at? I'm over here live on location, Los Oliva Park, getting it in, get my grind on, get my grizzlies, do my workout. Come get you some. Where you at? Where you tapping in from? Oh, I'm over here. I'm over here and here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm from Phoenix, Arizona myself. A civil fucking conversation that I just had with myself that two motherfucking grown men can have on here, dude. Think about it. Because that concludes a lot. Watch.